All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about 135 and 411. Start with the end in mind, your GCI goals, right? Gross closed commission goals. My name is Dave. I've been with Keller Williams for approximately a little bit over 7 years now. And this past year, our team did 46 million in real estate volume sold, so obviously we're doing pretty well these days. However, in the beginning of our career, we used to do a lot of 135s, and we still do every single year. And I want to go over that and just teach you what it takes and what it's going to take for you to be able to take your business to the next level, how you should strategize and think about your goals and what it's going to take. Let's get into it. Acknowledgements. This course is a breakout session of KW Family Reunion. Bringing it to you personally. So, number one thing you should consider is, what is your big why? Why are you doing this? My big why that I found personally that in this section, I'm giving you the notes here. What you can do is on your own is go ahead and take a pen and a piece of paper, and as you're watching this video, go ahead and start writing stuff down. Write down, what is my big why, right? What is your big why? And in the beginning, my big why was to really make money, to be able to support myself and my family. You all know I have a really amazing life with my son and my personal life, and I like to keep it pretty good. And that was obviously a big driving factor for me personally, to be able to grow my business and my life. However, after my personal needs were met, right? So in the beginning, my big why was money. After my personal needs were met, my big why had to change because, let's be honest, after you're able to pay your bills, you get a lot of weight lifted off your shoulders. And that's kind of what happened to my brother and I. We went from a one-bedroom apartment, and even when we were at Keller Williams, we were extremely broke. And what I mean by broke is I couldn't afford to pay for anything, okay? Meaning I couldn't afford to pay my rent, I couldn't afford to pay my gas. I was just struggling. I was driving an old 1999 Cadillac SLS, and that was only about 6 years ago. So you can change. In the beginning, your big why of becoming better and making more money should be good. But as you go on and your goals become bigger, the biggest problem you're going to run into is it doesn't fulfill you as much to make money anymore, right? So what you want to do then is two things. My big why now is, the better I become, the better everybody in my circle becomes. So by virtue of me becoming better, the people in my life and around me that are watching me, I make them become better. Now, whether they get a chance to say, hey Dave, thank you so much, or they never get a chance to meet me, that is kind of irrelevant. It's more or less something I do for myself. I want to be better so the people around me can be better too, right? I don't need the awards or the accolades. But it gives me the drive to succeed at a bigger level. The other thing I want to do is I want to show people that, hey, you literally can go from broke to no joke. You can go and make that money, but you have to do it with setting the goals, right? So let's keep going. Map out your strategy. The great thing about 135, okay, and the 411 is that they are the best leveraged when used together. I've done 135 a lot. I'm going to get more intentional about 411, and we'll see how it goes for myself. 135, and that's your roadmap, essentially, to success. If you were going from where I am, right, Boston, you're in Massachusetts, and we're going to, let's say, Florida, and we're going to drive. Now, if I drove without a navigation, I'd probably get lost on some level, and my road would not be as efficient. So your 135 and your 411 are kind of like a roadmap for you to be able to move forward, okay? One big goal for the year, okay? That's your 135. One big goal for the year. So in real estate, because that's what this training is for, in real estate specifically, you're talking about your one big goal being the number of units you are going to do, okay? Or the volume you're going to do. I like to set it around units because your price point you can make adjustments to. Like our price point used to be $250, then it became $300, then $400, then $500, then $700. So that can be adjusted, but if you know you can do 100 units, you can always make adjustments to your price points, right? So it's one big goal, 3 priorities to achieve those goals, and then 5 strategies for each priority. That's what a 1-3-5 is. That's your roadmap. One big goal could be, we're going to go into it later, but we'll say it for case and point, we'll say it's 275 deals. Now this could be a team goal, but you could do this for your own personal as an individual agent on a team. Like if you want to do 45 deals on a team, your 1-3-5, your big goal would be 45 deals, right? So then you go to achieve your goal, your priority. What are you going to do? Priority number 1, priority number 2, and priority number 3. So to get 45 deals or to get 275 deals, right? Number 1 is you have to go on listing appointments, right? Number 2, you would have to go on buyer's appointments. And number 3 is you would have to, recruit more agents to the team, okay? And then you go into strategies for each priority. Your strategy could be cold calling, calling expireds, calling FSBOs, calling for sale by owners, just how we did it, okay? Start with the end in mind. What do you want to accomplish, right? How much money do you want to make? How many families do you want to help? So in the beginning, it starts with how much money do I want to make? It's this money hungry thing that you're on. And then after a while, when you get a little bit of cash, it really starts becoming about helping more people, right? The better I get, the better you get, the better they get, right? Now, it's not necessarily for the thank yous, but me being my best makes anybody in my circle be their best. And if somebody doesn't want to be their best, guess what happens? They are out of the circle. You know, the inner circle you could be in, or you could be out, right? You don't stay forever. Where are you going? Identify your main goals. It is one thing. It is your one thing. Think big. It should make everything easier. So you should write down what your main goal, or a bunch of your goals, but what is your main goal, right? To live a good life with your family, to help 100 people, buy and sell real estate. How are you going to get there? Determine your priorities, do the math, identify the areas that have potential growth. You don't need to go and change your whole business plan and change what you do just because somebody came in and they're like crushing it in real estate. Now everybody's going to go and do what that person is doing. Focus on your journey. I think that's the biggest lesson I learned in real estate. What supplies do you need? List your strategies, identify gaps, leverage your team, and pack wisely. Now, let's get a little deeper into the 1-3-5. One big goal for the year, 275 transactions, okay? This is what you could be thinking. I want to do this many deals. Now, if you're doing 40 transactions or 10 or 20, that 1-3-5 in my mind is easier because I've accomplished it. However, in the beginning, when you're at the bottom and you're looking up, everything looks hard. Once you've climbed the top and you look back down, like what I'm doing now, it doesn't seem so hard. It seems like just like a coach, I could take somebody and be like, okay, you want to do what? 40 deals? You got to do A, B, C, D. Obviously, you do have to work. And just like I can't see what's ahead of me, right, because I don't have the experience, I'm just learning, I can help people that are behind me because I've walked the road, right? So this past year, we did 99 deals, 46 million in volume. So let's get to it. Big goal for the year, 275 closed transactions. Now, that's your one big goal. Don't give 1,000 goals to 1-3-5. You could do a 1-3-5 for your personal life, your business life, your spiritual life. But this is business. This is the GPS, right? The business plan. One big goal would be 275 closed transactions. Priority number 1 to achieve your goal would be I have to take 20 listings a month. So I have to go on appointments and I have to be able to get contracts signed. I have to meet people. I have to be out there getting things done. So we're looking to get 20 listings per month. If you do 20 times 12, I know there's some of us mathematicians out there, right? 20 times 12, 240 deals right there. Boom, done, right? Obviously, some of those are not gonna sell, and there's a rate of attrition that you have to account for. It's just because you're shooting at the bullseye doesn't mean you're gonna hit the bullseye, but it does mean you're gonna come around and pretty close to that bullseye. Okay. So your 5 strategies for your priority number 1, your one big goal is 275, right? Close transactions. Your number 1 priority would be to achieve. The goal would be to take 20 listings a month. Now, 20 listings a month is not the easiest thing to do. It is very doable, and a lot of companies do them. But on a smaller scale, you're talking about only having to do 3 listings a month, or 2 listings a month, or 1 listing a month, right? 12 a year. It depends on what your goals are. Your strategy number 1 to support your priority number 1 would be prospecting. Call expireds, canceled listings, for sale by owners, just listed. Your strategy number 2 would be database, establish 33 touch, 1 client appreciation event a year. Strategy number 3 would be marketing, continuing radio ad campaigns, updating content monthly. And strategy 4, senior transition program, target sales reps at senior homes or companies that you may want to target, right? Like big companies that have local offices and that you could go in there and meet the people in the offices. And then continue sending monthly emails to your database, right? So those 5 strategies are what is going to get you to take 20 listings and meet with people to be able to talk to them about real estate. Priority number 2 to achieve your goals. You have to have buyers, 7 buyers of sales a month. Now, if your goals are 40 deals, you might have to only do 2 buyer sales a month, right? So it's not as bad. So just remember where you are and where your goals are, and focus on your goals, not somebody else's goals or success. Okay, let me take a breather. Okay, strategy number 1 for your second priority, which is working with 7 buyers. Sign calls. Have a lead buyer agent return all calls immediately. If that agent is you, return all calls immediately. I can't tell you how many deals realtors probably lose because they don't answer the call when they should. Answer your phone all the time. And if you decide that you don't want to work on Saturdays at 3, then don't work at Saturdays at 3. But anytime that you are working, make sure you answer your phone calls. Strategy number 2, internet inquiries. If a phone number is given, follow the same procedure as the sign call. Strategy number 3, open houses. Minimum of one open house per week from the buyer team. Canvass your neighborhoods. Now, I know if you're doing 40 deals, you don't have to do 1 open house a week, but you might have to do 1 every 2 weeks. But there are so many opportunities at open houses, and it's just work, and you're out there every day. So just go out there and do them and get it done. Strategy number 4, call Dave Ramsey. Email immediately upon receipt of lead. Keep calling. Find lead sources, right? And strategy number 5, skill role play with you. You could go to Zillow, you could go to realtor.com, there's a million lead sources, right? Some work, some don't, but you got to try and see how it goes for you. And strategy number 5, skills role play with buyer agents 3 times a week, working on lead follow-up, buyer consult, buyer conversion, and buyer plan of action. So you constantly have to be fine-tuning your skills in order to be able to close more business. And in our business, just like if you were a football player or a tennis player or ping pong player, you probably have to practice your scripts. You probably have to practice the game before you play the game. And I think that if you think of a football team, they practice so much time to play a 1 or a 2 hour game just to be prepared. And it's crazy to think that in business or in real estate, you're not going to take the time to practice your skills. Okay, let's keep going. And priority number 3, to achieve your goal, deliver excellent customer service. Hire talent. Attend all events in your area, right? Continuing education events in your area. Continue to be on the lookout for talent. Strategy 2, training. team meetings every Monday and Wednesday with focus on customer service. We have a team meeting every Tuesday, right? Strategy number 3, read, have the team read, discuss a new book, customer service, and motivation every single month. And strategy number 4, improve your systems and become better, right? Strategy 5, reviews, have a goal of 10 positive reviews on Zillow, Trulia, Yelp, Google, whatever you may use. So that's your 1, 3, 5, right? Let's keep it going. If you do those things and you really focus on them, you should be able to drum up a good amount of business. Now, 20% of effort gives you 80% of your results, right? And that 20% is usually looks like being out on the road, meeting people and talking to people, okay? Mega agents, 20%. Structure your time, manage your activities, and improve your productivity. I think in this business, there's a lot of opportunity to be able to self-manage, which is kind of a gift and a curse. It's a double-edged sword because you're out there, you can do whatever you want, but if you're not disciplined, you're not going to make the kind of money that you'd think of. Anybody that I know that's really successful in real estate, all my friends that are successful, they really work. They work a lot more than people just putting in 40 hours. Some of them work a lot more than that. So just remember that, okay? Let's go over your 411. Quick goal, one big goal, right? So your 411 is basically a breakdown, right? You got your one big goal for the year, your big rock, right? Your annual goal should reflect your big rocks. Your monthly goals should be completed each month, and your weekly goals should be completed each week, right? So you annually complete the 135. That's your big goal, right? You monthly do the 411. Your big rock, your number 1, your big rock number 2. And you can do this for your personal life and your family life. So your annual goal, right? Your big rock, what do you want to do? Your monthly goal, right? It could be your second big rock could be personal growth, and your monthly goal could be reading 5 books this month, right? And then you break it down by weekly goals. What am I going to do to accomplish my monthly goals? And that is your 411. And then you come up with 5 strategies to accomplish, like, how am I going to read 5 books, right? How am I going to call 10 people? And you basically just follow up with yourself and make sure you create your action plan and how you're going to do it. Now, all that stuff sounds fun, but the biggest thing you got to realize is that stuff written down doesn't work unless you work, and it doesn't work unless you decide to go out there and write down your goals and go after what you want. Now, just a little warning for you, when you're setting these big goals and you try and change who you are and what you are in your life and become better, life is not just going to hand it to you. There's going to be a lot of opposition. For us, it's been evictions, it's been failures, it's been failed relationships, it's just been all kinds of turmoil. But at the end of the day, in this day and age, we're winning. But that success took about a true 12 years, right? And even 6 years ago, I had times when I couldn't afford to pay for stuff, right? So I think truly for you to become more successful, you really have to take the time. See, it's me and my kid having fun. I think we were out at a park going down a water slide. And if you want to live a good life, I think you really have to take the time to set your goals for you and your family. You can do it. If you're looking for more resources, go to kellerwilliams.com. Great company. They could definitely help you. And my name is Dave. I'm with DNA Realty Group. If you have any questions or you like this video, subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best.